Right, here we are. How are you? You all right? Yeah, good. Yeah, you too. Yeah, long time no see.
Okay, who'd like to start?
Roy, any update on Wilf's injury?
Well, I don't know that it was a definite injury. You'll have seen he took quite a few kicks there towards the end of the game. We were breaking out on quite a few occasions and getting the ball up the field, and of course Wilf carries the ball, and on a couple of those occasions he was stopped, by a foul, and the referee gave the free kicks, but he took a couple of little knocks in that situation. And add to that, of course, there's an element of fatigue. He worked very hard. It's his first full game for 7 weeks, I think it is. Long time out. So I'm hoping, I haven't been given any indication that he's picked up any serious injuries. We're more concerned injury-wise about Jeffrey Schlupp having to come off the field, because he's rolled his ankle, and of course you always worry with those old-fashioned twisted ankles that some ligament damage has been done, but we won't know until he's had the scan. But I'm hoping that Wilf will recover.
You underlined today, Wilf, didn't he, just how important he is to your side, and he gave you that creative spark in the final.
Yeah, he got stronger as the game went on, I thought. I thought in the first half there were a lot of other players really who were very important to us, but as the longer the game went on, and the more it opened out, as it's going to do after 2-0, it's going to open out a little bit, because Huddersfield need to get back into the game and take a few more risks. And we, I thought, had more possession in their half, in good situations. And of course that's where Wilf really comes into his own, because it's with his pace and his ability on the ball, he can go by people. As I've said earlier, of course that got stopped on one or two occasions by fouls, and of course one of the fouls led on Andros Townsend led to our penalty. We thought Benteke came close to one a little bit earlier.
You must be pleased with Wilf that a lot of flair players, for want of a better description, don't necessarily put it in at the other end, but he actually was back helping defend to win the ball, to set it up for the penalty in the first place.
Yep, I mean, I've got to say I don't have any problems with this group of players in that respect. Even those that aren't natural defenders and maybe aren't necessarily particularly competent in the 1v1 defending situations, at least they get back in there to bring their straw to the water, and that's very, very important. We saw Townsend doing it on one side and Wilf on the other, and the midfield players in between, of course, were working very hard, because that's a strong area of the Huddersfield Town team and the way they play. We needed to make certain that Roy Hodgson and Pritchard didn't get a lot of time on the ball, because we know they've got the ability to use it.
Getting out to the bottom three, does that give the team a little bit of a psychological boost?
I don't know if we are. Are we at the bottom three?
Yes.
All right. Well, maybe. I mean, I think that we've tried to avoid discussing that certainly as a team, because we know that with 7 games to go there's going to be twists and turns. I think the most important thing for us today was to come away from Huddersfield with a result, ideally a win, but certainly not a defeat, to make certain we could keep our hopes of staying in the division alive, because had we not done that today, then it's only the gap to teams like Huddersfield that gets greater and greater, and it's difficult enough to, we know how difficult it is. We had to make up 8 points to get ourselves out of the relegation zone the first time, and we had to win a lot of games and get a lot of points. I think we were on an unbeaten run of about 12 or 13 games to do that, so we know how tough it is, and we were determined today that we would take every opportunity that came our way to try and win this game. And I thought the longer the game went on, the more composed we look, and we were asking more questions, but that's normal when you get that second goal. The second goal was important.
You said Wilf did get a few rough tackles, for want of a better description, today. It would be terrible if he was unavailable for certain periods towards the end of the season, because he's not getting protection at maybe his quick feet.
Well, it happens on both teams. I mean, I'm not going to go down that route. The referee today certainly gave him the protection he could give, by A, giving the free kicks, and B, giving the yellow cards. And we ourselves weren't totally innocent in that area. There was a couple of challenges that we made and fouls that we made, which were pretty robust, to say the least, which led to yellow cards. So I'm not going to sit here and start whining about that. But one always hopes, of course, that the players like Wilf, who are good at running with the ball, will at least get the fouls that they merit, and that the players who are fouling them will be discouraged from fouling them by getting yellow cards if the foul merits a yellow card. And certainly Mike Dean today did that. There's only one instance in the game really where I sort of really questioned a decision, and that was on Benteke before the penalty. I haven't seen it, like I'm certain some of you may have seen it on the TV, but from my position that looked pretty close to a penalty, and we were rather hoping to get that one. But he certainly had no hesitation in giving the second one when Anvers was fouled.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
We can do a couple of minutes with the Mondays. Just here?
Yeah.
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 If we go over here.